Hi there, I am a registered dietitian nutritionist. Today we are going to go over what dietitians wish you knew about winter diets. So many people think that there are special rules for winter diets, and I am here to tell you that is just simply not true. All foods can fit into a balanced diet. However, there are definitely better choices that you can make when you rebuilding your diet and trying to feel your best. And that's exactly what we're going to talk about today. Let's get started. We dietitians see a lot of people abandon salads in the wintertime, thinking that they need to only eat heavier, more filling foods. The reality is that salads can be eaten any time of the year. And in the wintertime, there are so many delicious ingredients that you can use to make a very filling, nutritious and delicious salad. And just because something is popularized on social media, or you've ever heard from your friends, doesn't mean it's actually backed by science. And this goes the same for any type of diet or eating pattern that you follow. Always make sure that you're listening to your body, but you're also listening to registered dietitians who are trained to give you evidence-based advice. There are so many fad diets out there, and there's a new one that comes out every single year. The bottom line is that if you want to feel your best, you have to listen to your body, but also listen to experts. If someone is telling you to completely cut out an entire food group or promising you that you going to lose 10 pounds in a week, that's not realistic, and that's not healthy. Some ideas would be kale, which is a very hearty green. Remember to follow us for more videos like this, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye guys! Roasted sweet potatoes or other root vegetables, like beets, apples, pomegranates, citrus fruits. All of these ingredients can be put in a salad to make something really delicious. Even if you don't want to make a traditional salad, you can use salad greens as a base for a grain bowl. This is just a fun way to get lots of vegetables in your diet, and a really easy way to do it. However, there are some things that dietitians notice that people do in the wintertime that maybe they should be doing. Now, this is dangerous because we can easily become dehydrated without realizing it. So instead of focusing on super heavy meals, high in fat and high in calories, focus on adding more warming foods to your diet. Think about vegetable soups, chilies, stews. These types of foods are going to stick with you for a long time and keep you feeling warm and satisfied. Instead of relying on that cup of hot chocolate to get you through the day, sip on some herbal teas like ginger, turmeric, cinnamon, peppermint. All of these different teas are not only warming, but they have been shown to have many different health benefits. Now, of course, there's no harm in having a cup of hot chocolate every once in a while, but if you find yourself turning to this as a stress coping mechanism or an emotional eating habit, this is something that you want to talk to your doctor or a dietitian about. And instead of relying on processed sugary drinks and foods, try making some of your own treats. As I mentioned earlier, you can make your own hot cocoa and you can bake your own muffins. And if you really miss that sweet tooth feeling, try adding some fruit to the mix. Applesauce, mashed bananas, even pumpkin puree can be used in baking. And they add that sweetness that you craving without all the added sugars. It's very important that you drink water throughout the day, especially in the wintertime. You may not feel as thirsty as you do in the summertime, but that doesn't mean you're getting enough fluids. When you're inside, you're spending more time indoors and less time outside where you can be sweating. However, the air inside tends to be much drier. This can also cause you to become dehydrated without you realizing it. Indoor heating can also suck moisture out of the air, causing you to dry up. If you're not drinking enough fluids, this can lead to headaches, constipation, fatigue, and many other unwanted symptoms. So make sure that you're always carrying a water bottle with you. Make sure you're taking sips throughout the day so that you stay hydrated and feel your best. Now, I'm talking specifically about high-fat, high-calorie, usually higher carbohydrate foods. They're thinking if they eat these types of meals, they will stay warmer longer. The reality is, it's your body's own metabolism that is creating the energy, and therefore, the heat to keep your body temperature up. So even if you eat a giant bag of flaming hot Cheetos, you won't actually be any warmer after you eat that. Now, of course, any food that has calories will make you a little bit warmer, just because your body has to work harder to digest that food and therefore generate more energy. But again, this isn't going to be a long-lasting solution. What dietitians recommend is finding recipes that are warming, comforting, but still packed with nutrients, so you can still get your vitamins and minerals, your fiber, your lean protein sources. So think vegetable soups, chilies, stews, whole grain-based dishes. These are things that are going to stick with you longer and fill you up, so you don't feel like you need to keep snacking on those higher fat, higher calorie, sometimes lower nutrient foods. So we're going to share those tips and tricks with you today. If you've watched our other videos, You may have heard me say that there are no bad foods, so let's jump into tip no. 1. Many people think that in order to stay warm in the wintertime, you need to eat heavier foods. Now tip no. 2 is something that dietitians see happening often in the wintertime, and that is people thinking that it is okay to give in to their cravings for sweets. In the wintertime, we tend to crave sugar more than any other time of the year, and there are 2 reasons for that. One reason is that we are truly more hungry in the wintertime. Our bodies require more fuel because we're trying to stay warm, so we might be feeling literally physically hungrier. Another reason is that with less sunlight, some people experience the winter blues. This can cause some emotional eating habits. You might find yourself stressed out more, bored, and you might turn to those comfort foods and comfort drinks like hot chocolate to help you feel better. Now, this is totally fine every once in a while. There is nothing wrong with enjoying a nice hot chocolate or a piece of pie or whatever your favorite winter treat happens to be. But if you find that you're doing it daily, this can definitely be harmful to your overall health and well-being. So instead of reaching for that first, why don't you try a healthier alternative? Try making your own hot cocoa by heating up milk or milk alternative with cocoa powder and a little bit of maple syrup or honey if you like. Or maybe you could try baking some homemade muffins by using whole wheat flour. You can add some extra fiber into your diet and really enjoy that treat that you've baked yourself. Tip no. 3 that we want to talk about today is that salads are not just for the summertime. Tip no. 4 is that you don't need to drink much water in the wintertime. So now that we've gone over some wintertime habits that dietitians wish you would stop doing, let's talk about what you should be doing instead. The last thing I want to leave you with is that just because something feels right doesn't mean it is right. Well, that's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it.